Welcome all of you. BSc 3rd, semester 6, inorganic chemistry, topic nuclear chemistry. Today we will see the another type of nuclear reactions. Now last lecture we have seen first type of nuclear reactions, that is artificial transmutation or artificial disintegration. Today we will see second type, that is artificial radioactivity, and next we will see third type, that is nuclear fission. Now artificial radioactivity, or this is also called as induced radioactivity. The process of artificial atomic transmutation producing radioactivity is known as induced or artificial radioactivity, and isotope emitting the radioactivity is called as radioisotope. Artificial radioactivity was first discovered by Irene Curie, Juliet, and her husband F. Juliet in 1934. They also awarded Nobel Prize in 1935. When aluminum is bombarded by alpha particles, atomic transmutation occurs with emission of neutron, which is shown as below. So that is aluminum 1327 plus H24, that is this is alpha particle, which is from polonium PO, and so gives phosphorus, that is 1530 plus N01, that is neutron. In addition to neutrons, the emission of positrons, that is positively charged particles E plus, was observed, which is continued even after the source alpha particle was removed as phosphorus, that is P30, P1530. It gives silicon Si 1430 plus E01, that is positron. The emission of positron is continued but is decreased with time in a manner similar to radioactivity in a natural radioisotope. Thus, the artificial radioactivity may be defined as the process converting the common stable nuclei of atoms by artificial transmutation into unstable radioactive nuclei, which is decay on their own rates. Some illustrations are given below where induced radioactivity obtained by bombarding target with various projectiles is considered. Now A, alpha particle bombardment. Here boron, that is 510 plus H24, gives nitrogen 713 plus N01, that is neutron. Here helium is used as alpha particle. Second B, proton bombardments. Here proton is used for the bombardment, that is carbon 612 plus H11, that is proton. It gives nitrogen 713, and this nitrogen 713, it gives carbon C13 plus, that is E10. Next C, that is deuteron bombardment. Here the boron plus deuteron, that is H12, it gives boron 512 plus H11, and this boron it gives carbon 612 plus E 0 minus 1. Next, neutron bombardment. Here for bombardment neutron is used, that is sodium, that is Na 1123 plus N01, that is neutron. After bombardment of neutron forms sodium 1124, and this sodium it gives magnesium 1224 plus positron, that is E minus 0 minus 1. Next, that is action of gamma. E example, that is action of gamma rays. Here phosphorus 1531 plus gamma, it gives phosphorus 1530 plus N01, that is neutron, and it gives phosphorus 1530, it gives silicon, that is 1430 plus E10. Thus, generally, elements having lower atomic weights than their usual atomic weights emit positron, while those having higher atomic weights than their usual atomic weights emit electrons, that is emit electrons. Now, nuclear fission. Next type of nuclear reaction, that is nuclear fission, and its application in heavy water nuclear reactor. A typical reaction was discovered by Otto Hahn and F. Stresemann in 1938. For this same, they got Nobel Prize in 1944. The reaction is uranium 92-35 plus N01, that is neutron. It gives barium 56141 plus krypton 3692 plus thrice neutron plus 200.27 mega electron volt. Further, Fisher and Mentor 1939 used the term nuclear fission, the process of splitting of heavy nucleus into two more nuclei of approximate equal atomic weights, which release of large amount of energy is called as nuclear fission. And there is apparently the reaction is always accompanied by neutron emission, and there is apparently mass defect during fission, that is total mass of product minus total mass of reactants equal to mass defect. This mass defect appears in the form of energy according to Einstein's famous equation, that is E is equal to mc square. Now, the fission products are not only given in equation 1, there are about 50 modes of fission of uranium 92-35. The pairs of fission products that have been obtained in different fission reactions may be classified into two groups. First, lighter nuclei having mass numbers between 80 to 100. Second, heavier nuclei having mass numbers between 130 to 150. So, energy released and number of neutrons produced may be different per fission. Thus, in this nuclear reaction, besides the nuclei of barium and krypton, about 400 isotopes of 40 or more different product elements are identified. Thermal neutrons are effective in nuclear fission of uranium-92 to 33, uranium-92 to 35, thorium-92 to 41, and plutonium-94 to 39, etc. So these neutrons further bombarded on either heavy nucleus and forms a chain which is shown in the following figure. Here uranium-92 to 35, it gives after bombardment of neutron, that is this one neutron starts the chain reaction and forms 3 neutrons are produced. Also barium 56139 and krypton 3694, these elements are produced and 3 neutrons are produced in first step. Now second, this uranium and this neutron, so this neutron, that is first, second, third, this second neutron after bombarding with uranium-92 to 35, this neutron after bombarding produces 1, 2, 3, these 3 neutrons. Here first neutron forms 1, 2, 3 neutron, second 1, 2, 3 neutron, third 1, 2, 3, that is totally 9 neutrons are produced after one element and bombarding one neutron. Okay, so to overall reaction is called as nuclear fission reaction. Okay, so Bohr and Wheeler used liquid drop model to explain nuclear fission. According to them, nucleus behaves like liquid drop when a neutron is absorbed by a spherical nucleus A. It becomes highly energetic, that is this one, highly energetic, and Coulomb's repulsive force due to protons may disturb spherical shape and distort it into ellipsoid B. Okay, this one. Further, if the forces are large enough, then ellipsoid structure is converted to dumbbell shaped and finally breaks at the neck into two major drops as shown below. So this one A, that is sphere, now this B, C dumbbell shape, D critical state, and E, that is separation. The energy absorbed by nucleus to change from A to D is called threshold energy required. So this one is called as threshold energy, okay, for the nuclear fission process. Okay, now once the stage D is approached, it is unfeasible to break into stage E. The energy associated with stage D is called critical energy. So that energy is called as critical energy. Okay. Thus, the energy released due to mass defect could be calculated. So mass defect is equal to mass of reactant minus mass of product, that is mass defect is equal to 236.133 minus 235.918 AMU, that is atomic mass unit. So mass defect is equal to 0.001 215 AMU. Therefore, energy released is equal to mass defect into 938.5 MeV oblique or AMU. Therefore, energy released is equal to 0.215 into 938.5. It also gives 200 MeV. So, to get nuclear power, typical heavy water reactor is used. It is homogeneous reactor in which the fuel material is in the form of homogeneous mixture or solution with moderator is used. For example, D2O is used as moderator and solution of uranyl sulfate or the fuel can be suspended in D2O. A schematic diagram of reactor is as below. So this is the schematic diagram of heavy water reactor. Here this is heavy water, this is pressure vessel. Next, this is also a coolant. This one coolant and second coolant. This one is fuel, and rods which are used for heavy water reactor. In a heavy water reactor are cadmium rod. This one steam outlet and this one is water inlet. So special structure or concrete or protective. This is also a protective chamber. So this is the diagram of heavy water reactor. Thank you.